So I'm about to buy one of the rarest motorcycles I've ever seen. It was tucked away in the owner's personal collection, but first, I gotta get him to sell it to me. What's up, Gov? How's it going?
How's the movie start?
This is Gov. He owns a Harley-Davidson dealership and one of the coolest motorcycle and car collections I've ever seen outside of a museum. You have a bike I wanna buy. Your Indian Papoose. I'm gonna ride it home.
No way. I'll sell it to you, but there's no way you're gonna make it home.
I'll make it home.
We'll make the cheese more binding. How much you want to put on that you're gonna?
$1,000. $1,000 if I get it home. All right.
Cool.
All right, we'll do it. All right, so it's a beautiful day outside. And Gov gave us keys to his, where the Papoose is. We're gonna go pick it up, throw them back in the truck, bring it back in here, and hopefully we'll get this thing fired up. I actually thought that it had run in the past 5 years, 6 years. Gov said it's never ran it. No one's even
looked at it. Surprise!
No one's even ever kicked it. So the odds are kind of stacked up. Gov doesn't think we can actually get it started, nor ride it home. So let's go prove him wrong. This is one of Gov's secret garages. The Papoose is somewhere in here, but while we're looking for it, we may have gotten a little sidetracked. Such a nice car.
This looks like something that George Jetson would ride. I can hear the sound, like the bubbly sound, like.
Imagine picking up your gal in this. I'm scared to break. I don't want to break it. And then we found it conveniently in the same spot it was last time. This is the Indian Papoose. If I learned anything from the road trip I took with my family and we listened to Little House on the Prairie, a Papoose is a baby Indian. Like not a baby Indian motorcycle, but and maybe that's why they call these the Papoose. I'm assuming that's a 2-stroke. It's as big as my fist. It's a humongous tank. So the purpose of these bikes, they're so goofy, they're silly looking. They were made for one reason. These were military paratrooper bikes. They'd drop the seat down, fold this thing down, and they would put them in boxes and throw them out of airplanes and stuff like that. They had parachutes and they'd drop them. The military guys would put the forks back, put the handlebars back up, put the seat up, and cruise around fighting Germans and stuff like that. Which is exactly what we're going to do.
Oh, no, I'm German.
Are you?
Yeah, Diefenbach.
I didn't know that's what Craig's name was.
Okay, so these latches here. So this is a latch for something.
Is it for this?
Yeah.
Let's load this thing up. We'll put it in the back of the truck, and then we'll get it to the shop. First thing we got to do is we got to see if it has any compression. I'm kind of scared to find out, but I want to find out. We're over at the shop. Man, this thing's cool.
It is.
I'm going to be the envy of like the whole town. Cruising around on my new motorbike.
Cruising along on my Papoose bike.
The problem is, where's Craig going to sit? It's very heavy.
Tank straps. The only straps we use when tying down our Papoose.
So we got back to the shop where our best friend Chad could give us a hand in case we needed it. And we were gonna need it.
Can you blow it up?
Not with my mouth.
Why not?
My tongue's not strong enough to hit the Schrader valve.
It's hard to tell the old Triumphs from the new Triumphs. The new ones actually have a fake carburetor, and that's a real carburetor. How old is it?
67.
Wow. Yeah. You get air in the tire?
I did.
It held? So since this is the first time we ever saw one, we were excited to see what this thing was and how it was built and how it worked. So check this out. Even though it's an Indian, I didn't think that they were actually made by Indian. I thought some other company made them. And you took the engine, look who it is. Excelsior. Excelsior, made in England. So it's not unusual for a company to take another brand's product and then rebrand it themselves and put Indian badges on. That happens all the time. So when this is down, you're riding it, but when it's up, Craig thinks that's disengaging the clutch. You want to show how that's happening, Craig?
So when that pedal is up, when that peg is up on the other side, there you go. See how it disconnects that Lovejoy? Okay. See that?
Yeah.
But the first thing we want to figure out is whether this bike has compression or not. Because if it doesn't, we're in trouble.
Oh.
Right.
So we got good compression.
Oh, we were spinning the tire.
We're spinning the tire too. Why is that?
Wait, this wasn't up.
Oh, maybe it wasn't up the whole way.
Try it now.
There we go. Oh, it got good traction.
Yeah?
I was
Alright.
more worried about it being
Grab that
tight.
spark plug. See if we got spark. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah. We do. We got spark. All right, so we're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, looks like it.
Tank's cleaned out. It's not locked up. It's got good compression.
Yeah.
We have spark.
We should put some fuel in it and try it.
So this is how you adjust the seat. Pop that open. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. Okay, disconnect. Then you got to pull this out. Look, it's got. Oh,
No kidding.
it probably came off the bike. I was thinking because it would maybe when they shipped it, when they crated up, it would go down like this or something like that. So where did this come from?
It was here before my time.
Now, to give you a little more history of this motorcycle, the Indian Papoose started out life in 1942 to be used during the Second World War, known as the Well Bike, and it was originally designed for the British paratrooper units. Then it was redesigned, named Corgi, under the creative ingenuity of a guy named John Dolphin, who changed the engine to the Excelsior Sprite, built under the license of Brockhouse Engineering. Brockhouse was invested in the Indian company and began to rebadge the Corgi with the Indian Papoose decals, along with repainting the little folding motorcycle identifiable with Indian colors to market the Papoose as an Indian in the United States in 1948. Not very many of these bikes were made. This little bike weighed only 95 pounds and claimed to be able to carry a 200-pound man and get a whopping 120 miles per gallon. The Papoose was not considered a scooter though. It was considered a motorcycle. These come in and then they get pulled in. You have like a little tapper. So to everyone's surprise, this motorcycle fired up. This ancient little tiny bike, the engine's good, and which potentially doubles, if not triples, its value. But now we need to get this bike to run, and there's a lot of variables that need to be working in order for that to happen. But first, we wanted to see if we can get the handlebars to fold down like they would have when they were shipped and stored in crates and then thrown out of airplanes.
So good you could see it work.
Maybe like that.
Work her a little bit. Oh, this one's kind of, oh, they turn.
Oh, Craig, look.
See,
Look.
tip them in beside the tank.
Look how tight this thing would fold up. That goes in there. There's some Papoose expert. He's like, that's not how you do it. Read the manual. Hey, I'm Sean. I'm not sure if I met you yet. Justin, nice to meet you. Hold on, let me get. You short shook me. I was all like. So we checked the tank and we were surprised with how clean it was. And the next step is to see if the fuel delivery system is intact. Considering that it's 80 years old, most likely it's got a leak somewhere. And that is exactly where we find the next problem. Maybe it got jammed up. Yeah, what is that? Is that a screw? Can we screw it back in?
Oh, that's just a little. Is that a catch? So you turn it now. It can't go. You can't push it in. It's like a quarter turn, and that's the little nub.
It appeared that the fuel system was working good except for the petcock. It was leaking pretty bad. We needed to find a way to stop the leak. And then Chad wanted to remind Craig of some motorcycle basics.
Gas goes in this.
Uh huh.
And the oil tank.
Well, gas and oil go in this. Like the last Indian we had.
Yeah.
The gas and the oil were separate, and
somebody goofed up.
somebody goofed that one up. It wasn't as low as I thought. Oh no, I put it in.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, that was so stupid.
This is made by E. Wertz. Patent number 342660. If you were wondering what patent number it was. Dan, take a whiff, make a memory.
I'm a little disappointed. Whoops.
Classic. Classic Craig.
No, I knocked it on. run into my elbow.
What we discovered was that there was a slide, and at the end of it was a cork that was used to seal the gas from dripping. We tried soaking it in hot water to try to get it to swell up, but it didn't work. But we were able to borrow another cork from another rare British bike that was sitting around. We're gonna have to give it back. But now it's time to see if this thing can run on its own fuel. Getting pretty close. So soft. It's so quiet. So gone. And I got brakes here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, this Papoose, man. Do you think Sean's gonna make it home in this thing?
I'd be willing to bet money no.
And then for the big moment. It's very possible this motorcycle has not been ridden in over 60 years. The big question now is, will it ride now?
Come this way. Sure acts like it's running out of fuel.
This thing runs awesome. Greg, take it for a spin. Absolutely. And for a moment, we get to feel the same sensation that someone in the 1940s felt when they were riding this little Papoose. And what we felt was pure joy. I drove it through that water, and it didn't like it very much. I learned from my mistake. So this is the motorcycle that the paratroopers rode, and these things flew out of airplanes, and they drove them to fight the enemies in World War II. They were tiny little bikes, they put them in boxes. They called them the Indian Papoose, and they look like this. All this fun has reminded me of one of my favorite Bible verses, Nahum 1:7. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knows those who take refuge in him. That has got to be one of the coolest little motorcycles I've ever ridden in my lifetime. That is awesome. And then who knows when the last time the things ran. I know Gov's had it for at least 7 years. They said they never started it or kicked it at all. That is amazing. Wait, what is that pedal?
Brake, rear brake.
Oh, I didn't know it had a rear brake. And all we got to do next is drive it on the 6-hour trip home. That's pretty incredible. Subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.